Welcome to today's video, where we're taking a look back in time with a collection of rare and captivating photos. Join me as we dive into the past and uncover the stories behind these incredible photos. The first African American to serve on the U.S. Supreme Court was Thurgood Marshall, appointed by President Lyndon B. Johnson in 1967. Marshall was a prominent civil rights lawyer who argued numerous cases before the Supreme Court, including the landmark case Brown v. Board of Education, which ended racial segregation in public schools. In 1992, Dr. Mae Jemison became the first African-American woman to travel to space as a crew member on the Space Shuttle Endeavour. Jemison, a physician and engineer, also conducted scientific experiments during her 8-day mission, which focused on studying the effects of weightlessness on the human body. The first commercial jet airliner was the British de Havilland Comet, which made its inaugural flight in 1952. The Comet revolutionized air travel by offering a faster, smoother, and more comfortable flying experience than propeller-driven planes. The GM Sunraycer was a solar-powered car that won the first World Solar Challenge, a race across Australia, in 1987. The Sunraycer was a significant milestone in the development of renewable energy and automotive technology, demonstrating that solar power could be a viable source of energy for transportation. In 1931, Soviet pilot Irina Raskova became the first female combat pilot when she led an all-female flight crew on a military mission during the Soviet-Japanese War. Raskova went on to become a navigator and instructor, and she was awarded the title Hero of the Soviet Union for her wartime service. In 1993, Burundian politician Sylvie Kinigi became the first female head of state in Africa when she was appointed Prime Minister of Burundi. Kinigi faced significant political opposition and survived an assassination attempt during her tenure, but she remained a trailblazer for women in African politics. The first female Nobel Peace Prize winner was Bertha von Suttner, an Austrian writer and peace activist who was awarded the prize in 1905 for her work promoting disarmament and international peace. Von Suttner's advocacy inspired the creation of the International Peace Bureau and other organizations dedicated to promoting nonviolence and conflict resolution. In 1926, Scottish inventor John Logie Baird demonstrated his mechanical television system, which used a rotating disc to transmit images. This marked the beginning of a new era in visual communication and entertainment, paving the way for the development of modern television technology. In 1988, Benazir Bhutto became the first female prime minister of a Muslim-majority country when she was elected to lead Pakistan. Bhutto's tenure was marked by political and economic turmoil, but she remained a prominent figure in Pakistani politics until her assassination in 2007. The first high-definition television broadcast in the United States took place in 1996, when a group of television stations in the Grand Alliance Consortium aired a test broadcast of a HDTV signal. The development of HDTV represented a significant advance in television technology, offering viewers a clearer, more detailed picture than ever before. In 1947, U.S. Air Force pilot Chuck Yeager became the first man to break the sound barrier when he flew the Bell X-1 experimental aircraft, faster than the speed of sound. Yeager's achievement opened up new possibilities for aviation and aerospace technology, paving the way for supersonic flight and space exploration. The Solar Challenger was a solar-powered aircraft that flew across the English Channel in 1981, marking a pioneering achievement in the field of renewable energy and aviation. The aircraft was powered by solar cells mounted on its wings, demonstrating that solar energy could be used to power long-distance flights. The first successful commercial jumbo jet was the Boeing 747, which made its maiden flight in 1969 and began commercial service with Pan Am in 1970. The 747 revolutionized air travel by offering a spacious, comfortable, and efficient mode of transportation for passengers and cargo. In 1981, surgeon Dr. William DeVries performed the first successful heart-lung transplant on a man named Tom Hall, who had been suffering from pulmonary hypertension. The procedure represented a major breakthrough in medical science and paved the way for future advancements in organ transplantation. The first successful satellite television broadcast was made by the Telstar 1 satellite in 1962. The satellite transmitted a live television signal across the Atlantic Ocean, allowing viewers in Europe and North America to watch the same program simultaneously for the first time in history. The Magnavox Odyssey was the first commercially available video game console, released in 1972. The console featured a series of interactive games that could be played on a home television set, paving the way for the modern video gaming industry. The first synthetic diamond was created by General Electric in 1954 using a high-pressure, high-temperature process. Synthetic diamonds have since become a valuable industrial material, used in everything from cutting tools to semiconductors. In 1991, U.S. Air Force pilot Jeannie Leavitt became the first woman to fly a fighter aircraft in combat when she piloted an F-15E Strike Eagle on a mission during the Gulf War. Leavitt went on to become the first female fighter squadron commander in the U.S. Air Force. Victoria Woodhull was the first woman to run for U.S. president in 1872. Woodhull was a pioneering feminist and social activist who advocated for women's suffrage and economic reform. In 1986, Anne Bancroft became the first woman to reach the North Pole by foot and sled, a remarkable achievement in the world of polar exploration. Bancroft went on to become a prominent advocate for environmental conservation and education. Soviet cosmonaut Svetlana Savitskaya became the first woman to travel to space twice when she flew aboard the Soyuz T-12 mission in 1984. Savitskaya also became the first woman to perform a spacewalk during her second mission, cementing her place in history as a pioneering astronaut. In 1961, singer and actress Judy Garland became the first woman to win a Grammy Award for Album of the Year for her album Judy at Carnegie Hall. The album featured a live recording of one of Garland's concerts and was widely praised for its musical and emotional impact. Patty Berg was the first woman to win a major professional golf tournament, the 1946 U.S. Women's Open. Berg went on to win a total of 15 major tournaments and was inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame in 1975.